All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for checking out this week's episode of Circus Time Review Podcast. Where this week we're going to be talking everything that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie franchise. And like always, before we get started, I want to introduce my fellow ninjas that I have on the episode this week. Most of them are coming back. First guy, he lives where the Turtles reside out in the New York area. He just released his roast of Chris Tuckman, so I advise everyone to go check that out. We got CP from WillIReviews. Welcome back, CP.
Thanks for having me. I love talking movies, and this is a movie or a bunch, and I'm here to do so. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back. Next guy is a fellow YouTuber who's been pumping out his movie reviews, but also has his Movie Mania game show. Hopefully we'll be getting that started here pretty soon. We got Theo from Theo'sReviews.
Hi guys. It's just great to be on here. And thank you guys so much, and I'm ready to talk about it. I don't really know much about the Ninja Turtles. I've seen the TV series and the one newest movie with Megan Fox, so it should be
That's all I need.
a good chat.
Durant is sold.
A good chat to go. And everybody, go check out the Stuckman roast because I fucking loved it, and I watched it 4 times now.
Oh, thank you, Theo.
Definitely. More plugs for the stuff and roast. Go check that out. And last but not least, we have another newcomer to the podcast. Not only has he been doing his reviews on his channels, also been doing top 10 lists, and you can see him on episode or 2 of the A to Z Cinema Clash movie trivia show. We have David from DurantCinema. Welcome, David.
Hello, thank you for having me on here, Carlos. I'm excited to talk about the Ninja Turtles and pizza. Because I love that. I love it.
If only we all could have had some pepperoni pizza in front of us, it would have made it more authentic.
The Rat Boss too.
The what?
Wait, isn't there a boss rat or something?
We have Splinter. Yeah, he can rock it out.
Rat Boss. That should be his new name. No,
we'll give him the Rat Boss. But just to kind of give everybody a little background on the Turtles, they've been around since the early '80s when I think it was Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird created the black and white comics, kind of a mocking of the Daredevil and like those kind of comics were taking themselves pretty seriously at the time. But then it kind of dove into the commercial success with the cartoons in the late 80s. Then the toys came, and then we had musicals, we had toys, we had movies, and we even had vanilla little pudding pies and everything. But then not long after that, we did get the movies. We got a full-length feature film. Basically, that what set the tone for the Ninja Turtles. I think it was 1990 or 89 when that movie came out. So ever since, we've been getting movies in every aspect. So just kind of jumping into each one of you, just kind of go through real carefully, real quickly. What got you into Turtles? Was it the movies, the toys, the comics, even the musicals? And what was your favorite and least favorite of the movies, the first 4 movies? So we'll start out with CP.
I was a kid. I was right about the prime age. I didn't know much. The comic, the graphic novel was kind of way more adulty, and the cartoon was more for kids, and the first movie was more for kids. It was dark. It had a Batman vibe to it. I don't know why they did that, but it ended up making it cool. I was just a kid of the time, and kids go and see the kids' movies, no matter how dark and off it is. I would say I'm really fine with just about all of the Turtles movies, including the most recent one. The third one's probably the one where I'm like, and I like cheese. We're talking about pizza, Durant. I like cheese, and I love Turtles too for everything that is so hokey and Vanilla Ice, like that. I loved that song as a kid, and I don't know, sue me. There's not much to hate. The third one was kind of but otherwise, it's really kind of all right. Bring me more. I'll take more.
By the third one, they had just given up on the franchise, right? The toys will sell no matter what. They'll watch anything.
They think Time Machine always solves the problem.
What'd you think, David?
What, now it's my turn?
Oh, yeah, sorry, just jumping over.
I wasn't too sure.
I think Theo gave his answer on one little, he kind of liked them all, not really. Is that right, CP? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, my name's CP, not Theo, but yeah, I was pretty much done.
All right. I love... What's up?
No.
I got into it because of the musicals, the ice skating ones. No, I'm not kidding. But no, as a kid, the TV show was a huge hit. I loved the TV show. And then as time went along, like video games, that was like perfect. When you go to the arcade games
Oh,
and those
yeah.
the box ones,
You're
that
the
was great.
hottest things out
Yeah.
there, you know.
I loved it, and then soon movies started to come, and the second one, I agree with CP, is my favorite one so far. Just like every single thing, the aspect of the turtles, it's all good fun, you know. And Splinter and Toka and Razor, you're like, now, now. I love that. I don't know, it's great. Of course. And the third one, yes, I would have to say is my weakest one so far. It was just like, what are you doing? You know, but the first one is it was a little kind of dark, you know,
Yeah.
with Leo being injured and like almost dying. Is that what the case was? It's been a while since I've
It
seen
was,
it.
it was
That
Raph.
was
I think it was
Raphael.
Raph that would got beat up. But yeah, even
Oh,
his
Raph.
his
Oh,
his
that's
scene
right,
getting
that's
his
right.
ass kicked was like, oh my god! As a kid, I was like, I just watched a turtle get his ass kicked.
Ah, that's right. Yes, Raph. So all I can think of is him floating in the tub, the bathtub. That's it. But yeah, that's my overall background on Ninja Turtles.
Cool, cool. Well, Theo, what got you into them? Even though you say you don't know them too much, but what do you know of them? What got you into it?
Well, like Dave said, you know, when I was a kid, it was the hottest toy out there. You want to get it, and because that's what kids like. Like right now, in this generation, kids want to go and buy Minions. So back then, it was kind of like the turtle way. But I saw a little bit of the TV series, but basically just playing in the bathtub with Ninja Turtles.
That's a great image, you know, just little
Yeah.
Theo playing with his turtles in the bathtub.
Theo, you do that
God.
now.
Was this last week?
Don't
Well, like you guys said, like for me, it was more. I was in the age I was a cartoon, so I was really into the cartoons at the time, and of course that led into the toys and then the movie that came out. My favorite, yes, it is number 2, Secret of the Ooze. Even though the first one is a little more graphic and more dark tone and probably more for actual adults than kids, the second one, I just kind of like the way they changed the tone from the second one. But as a kid, I really liked it, and I think as an adult, it kind of holds up a little bit better in some areas. So the second one I do like. The third one, of course, you know, it was just like, even as a kid, I was like, I'm still gonna buy these toys, but I don't know what the hell I'm watching. Who's the bad guy again? Like, and I was telling Dave earlier, I haven't even seen the fourth one, the TMNT animated one, so I had no really
Oh,
opinion on that
right.
one.
Nor have I.
I
Yes.
just really didn't see it. I just chose not to. At that, I was like, you know, in my cool kid college years, I was like, I don't need to go see that movie. I like the first few, so that's how I got into it. It was mainly the TV show, and then TMNT 2 is my favorite, and the third one I'll say is the least, just because I haven't seen the fourth. So yeah, so just kind of getting a background on everyone's, you know, introduction into the Ninja Turtles. Moving forward, talking about the original movie, going from the first to second one, did you guys notice like the dramatic shift in tone from the first one, how it was so nice and like violent and graphic, compared to the second one where it just seemed like almost like a cartoon?
Oh, sure. I mean, I said it in my opening statement. I don't know. You could tell that they were trying to. Batman had just come out in like 88, 89, and that was all dark. Oh, we could do superhero movies and be all dark about it. So they did that with Turtles, and it was very, very dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just like Batman eventually decided to go a little wonky and, you know, off the rails. TMNT 2, very big shift. It's hard not to notice it, I would think. I mean,
Oh yeah.
they're in the shadows in the first one, and now they're all.
Yeah, they say it was
Yeah,
because
that's
parents are
dancing.
complaining about the violence, but I'm like, I know they wanted the shift tones and they wanted to probably sell more toys and movies, but I don't know. The first one's really got my attention. The second one, I loved it, but I still wanted the look, the overall brighter look of the second one, but I still want that violence from the first one.
Yeah. I mean, if the parents wanted, you know, there's still the cartoons. Just watch the cartoons. You don't have to take your kid to the movie. Like, I don't.
Absolutely, and you know what? The best thing about the cartoons is it's free and you can watch it on YouTube.
I
There
still
you
do
go.
to this day.
Problem solved.
Oh, speaking of the cartoon, Dennis from the Blue Corner just reminded me that there actually was a character called the Rat King. It was a guy who would take control of the rats. So
Oh
he,
yeah, he was in Turtles in Time. He was like the second boss in Turtles in
yeah,
Time, I think. He
yeah.
had the little sewer thing. I think I know what you're
Because
talking
those
about.
video games are really, really good.
Oh yeah.
Another thing I read about the first movie that was funny for the second one that changed from the first to second one was April. Obviously, April O'Neil's different from the first and second one. I guess they didn't bring the first one back because the actress was just complaining way too much about the schedule and things like that. So they just straight up just like, we're not
Yeah,
even
you're
gonna ask her back.
It's to the point where you have Vanilla Ice. That's when you know things are gonna be a little wacky and stuff. But yeah, the first one had like those really emotional like scenes like where they're just like talking and like you could kind of feel it, you know, even with the music and the tone is completely different. But the second one, it's just it's good enough fun where it's just like, oh my god, what am I watching? It's like, all right, it's Ninja Turtles, you know, just going out kicking some ass and then taking names, and it's all good fun, you know.
Right, right. Because in the end, it's turtles who are talking,
Yeah.
who like pizza. So let's
Who likes pizza?
come on, let's calm down here. It's
Yeah.
talking turtles. We need to be that serious.
Yeah.
Well, even for the second one, you know, we the first one was just had Shredder, so that was a villain that we were used to from the cartoons, and then we got to the second one, and they gave us Toka and Razor. I'm like, aren't we supposed to get Bebop and Rocksteady? So as a kid, I'm like, who are these guys and why are they in the movie? And then to come to find out later, it's all like a rights issue, legal situation. That's why they couldn't bring them in. But what did you guys think of that at all, or did you just think they're just new characters that were just supposed to be in there?
I literally, you saying that just now is the first I'm hearing of the rights issue. I just thought they were being lazy, but all right. Well, if they couldn't get Bebop and Rocksteady, it makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, because doing that now, it's like, well, you can't use them, so add something, different animals to the mix. Why not? A snapping turtle. I don't know. I think that's still pretty cool.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah, like when I watched it, like it didn't bother me. I was fine. I had Shredder there, and then of course Steroid Super Shredder
With more
but, yeah. Yeah.
And that's my one complaint on 2 is the ending there with Shredder just basically defeating himself. I was so pissed as a kid.
It was like 2 seconds. I was like, I'm like, no, come on. But it's pretty cool though, because at the time I remember I was like in high school, and I'm looking up Super Shredder toys or something like that. I'm like, I need one or something.
No, I'm not quite sure, but did Michael Bay directed any of them? I know the latest one he did in the sequel to that, but I'm not quite sure if he directed the TV series even. I don't know.
No, he didn't get involved too recently. He's only producing it. He's not directing, I don't think.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
Just the last 2.
oh, okay.
But well, kind of going back, what were some things that changed from your point of view watching as a kid to now? Things that maybe you didn't notice, things that maybe changed your whole point of view of the movie. Are there any things like that happened?
I got one one thing. And the second one, all right. So knowing me now, with my dirty mind. So
Imagine
Let's see where this is going.
So the
yeah, I'm
Ninja Turtles are like, hey, where's Splinter? And the wondering where he is, and April's like, oh, he's upstairs. Like, oh, what's he doing? Then all you hear is Splinter go, I'm coming. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, what are you doing up there? Yeah, and then he goes to a conclusion. I'm like, that subtle pause, thinking in my head, I'm like, he's doing something dirty up on the rooftop. That's just one little thing.
Do you have a dirty mind even back then too, like when you were watching?
Oh no, it was like a year ago or so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. You think you have a dirty mind about. You think you know what adults are talking about, and you don't. I used to laugh. What's your rating here, Carlos? How is our language supposed to be on this channel?
Oh, go for it. Go balls.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember people used to say cock and laugh. I used to hear like my older uncles laugh at cock, and I used to think that they were talking about poop, because as a kid you say cock-a-doodie and like caca. So I used to think cock was like a short way of saying poop. So anytime they'd say, "Oh, I put my cock in her," I'm like, "Oh, that's hysterical! Like he put his poop in the girl." So like it's just so strange how you think that you know like adult humor, but you're so wrong. You laugh for different reasons, and I don't know what relation that had to anything, but it's just. Dave, take over, please.
I don't remember a Ninja Turtle going that far, CP.
Well, I mean, you said I'm coming, so.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'm only messing with you.
No, I don't remember how I got here either. Please.
Yeah.
I know that this is a topic that Dave probably loves more than we do. The latest Ninja Turtle movie. What did you think when Michael Bay put Megan Fox in?
We can all be honest here. That's all right. I loved it. I personally loved it. That's just me, though.
I saw your top 10 hot woman or whatever.
I just started. I only saw 2. I only got through 2 because we're here. But, I got to Taurus.
No spoilers.
Yeah, I'm going to guess and say that Megan Fox is pretty hot.
I thought she was fun. I liked it. Like I said, I can admit she's not the best actress. Not even. But I like her.
I'm just surprised that Michael Bay also worked with her after working with her on Transformers and some in the press and things like that. That's the only reason I was surprised. Other than that, I'm like, yeah, it's Michael Bay, like I said, he's not directing, but he does have a heavy influence on the movie. So yeah, I wasn't surprised that he brought it.
Going back to the Turtles, I mean, the reason why kids get all those toys, or they used to, or they watch the TV series or the newest movies, it's because how cool is it to see a turtle talk? I mean, we've seen one live, like actual turtle, but talking and wearing, those colors and,
It is crazy. It's weird when you put it in that context, because when we get all upset about them messing up the backstory and stuff, it's like it's just turtles that talk. Just remember, they're just turtles that talk.
Exactly.
So bring it back down to reality. But the other thing I want to talk about too is the original first one. I'm just gonna refer to the first 3. I don't know. I'm not gonna lump the 4th one in just because it didn't come in until later. But the '90s Turtles, those first 3 movies. You would think that with the popularity getting higher and higher with each movie, that the budgets would be higher and higher. But it seems like it's getting worse and worse, or the quality's getting worse. Why do you think it's like that?
Dave?
Yeah, Dave?
Yeah.
I think we lost Dave.
No, but I've been losing connection. But it's been going down, you're saying, as the movies go along?
Yeah, it just seems like either the production value or just like I guess referring back to the Jim Henson suits that they're using. They looked awesome the first one, and then by the 3rd one they look like a play, like a theater like background made it. Theater people made it.
Which sucks, because like when I heard about they were making a new series of Ninja Turtles, and then I saw that they were like going with the CGI, I was kind of disappointed because I wanted the costumes, like the practical effects, because I love that. Like they look awesome. I still like the second one, even though it looks maybe a little cheesy, but I kind of like it though. I like that aspect. I don't know. Which one do you guys like? Do you like the CGI of the Turtles at all?
For me, again, I'm not gonna spoil everything of The Force Awakens that I'm gonna say, but like, look at Chewbacca. He wears the
the fur.
He wears the costume, like the costume of Chewbacca, right? The Turtles, they have a costume, so that's what it's neat about, is that it's not CGI. It's not like watching Alvin and the Chipmunks, that it's all CGI. It's the actual turtle, like the actual person that's dressed up as a turtle. So.
Yeah, and I agree. I like, of course, growing up, we all, were used to more movies in the 80s and early 90s where had to be more practical effects. So we grew up with that type of, feeling that that's what movies are supposed to be like. But once we got further on and CGI is being used, like, oh, okay, we've seen it be abused, beginning of it being abused, and now going back to just being used, to just enhance the movie, not just be the entire movie. But the big thing too was like it was Jim Henson's studio who made the original costumes for everybody, and even with those in the '90s, they were able to do a lot. Like those guys were able to kick some ass in those things, do some flips with a shell on their back.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's weird how like movies are now. It's like back then they were able to create all these things. It looks super fantastic. And now, as we get in the future, it's like sometimes we just look at it as like the old ones look 10 times better. Like you figured they would be upgraded, like everything will just look better than before. But I don't know. That's just how I feel on like.
Yeah, well, like what Theo alluded to, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, they managed to do what really should be done. You should have CGI as a like a glaze over your shot.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
absolutely.
depend on the computer. You should have as much real in-camera effects as you possibly can, because you shouldn't be leaning on CGI.
Like, keep the classic. I mean, they could have had Chewbacca CGI, but you know something? It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't. So,
Yeah.
I think part of it is perhaps with the first one, the lighting was very dark. Maybe we don't realize just how much the suits didn't look good because we didn't really see them that much. So the lighting wasn't really that good, and we didn't really get to see them prominently, well lit, until the second one. And apparently there was, once again, Dennis, thank you. There was a lot of problems. The actors said the suits just gave them fits. They weren't like, they had to do all these stunts, these crazy ninja stunts, and the suits just were a pain for them to work with. So they wanted to make them a little bit more give-y, so that if you're gonna jumping and flipping
No, I can
and
see
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're ninjas,
Yeah.
So they should
Yeah.
have some. Exactly. That's where like the CGI would
More
have.
ninja, less turtle.
Yeah. Go ninja, go!
Yeah, and I always kind of harken back to the argument, like with Mad Max with the CGI, how they did it to enhance like the background or just kind of touch up some things around the practical effect, not really devour the whole scene.
Right.
So that's what I would like, and just kind of jumping from what we're talking about into the new TMNT movie that just came out this last year. A lot of it was not a lot of it was CGI. All the turtles are CGI. Along with some other characters. I think they're trying to bridge that gap between they had the real practical like set for their lair, but they wanted to keep the CGI kind of cartoony for the newer audiences, as well as like I said, keep those practical effects for the for nostalgic kids like myself. But I don't know. I had a mixed bag. I really enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would. I was skeptical going in. But what did you guys think of the new TMNT movie that came out last year?
Good, Theo.
Okay. For me, I actually did not go and see that in theaters. I saw it on Netflix. It was just one of those Friday nights where I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna watch the Turtles, and I turn it on, and like you said, there was CGI there of the Turtles. And we didn't get that actual thing with the costume and everything, but hot damn, Megan Fox was hot in that film. But
they know their demographic, I guess.
but Dave, I mean, you guys can share.
Okay. Going into it, because it had Michael Bay, attached to it, but I was fine with it. I was fine, and even the
I
background.
think that's the only reason Tim loved that film, because of Michael Bay directing it.
But
So-
I went in and I was like, all right, let's see a trailer, and then I saw a trailer and I was like, holy shit! I'm like, this actually looks really good. I was one of those people. I was like, I'm really excited for this new movie. But then when I saw it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good, but I thought it could have been a lot better. There's like a certain point, the second half, it flows so fast. I enjoyed the pacing. I was like, wow, all right, I'm like really digging it. It's just some of the characters, like Will Arnett's character, I absolutely hated.
Yeah, the tones were like, some were serious, some was like back to the cartoons with Will Arnett and Megan Fox.
He was so creepy. Like he was the creepiest person.
The whole butt shot when he was driving.
Oh, that was good though. That's the only thing. That was a huge bonus.
Yeah, like I said, I like. I'm sorry, were you done, Dave?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It didn't sound.
No, I was saying, most of all, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought it was good.
Yeah, I mean, this I don't know, this poison attached to Michael Bay's name is just so weird. Yes, the Transformers sequels, whatever, but this is a guy who, very way back when every great commercial of the early 90s, Michael Bay had something to do with it. So like it was just strange. And he was just producing it. He wasn't directing it. So
yes,
like
exactly.
He was providing like none of what was going on as far as visually. He might have like spoke to the director in his ear a bit, but like director is not a producer. It's a fun popcorn movie. There's some things that are a bit out there. As a New Yorker, I can tell you there is no mountain that is that high and snowy within the 20 or 30 minutes that they say.
Yeah, that was.
I was gonna book my next ski trip in New York after seeing this movie.
Yeah, no such. I mean, we have like the Catskills, which are about maybe an hour north of New York City, but they're. I want to know where that mountain in particular is.
Yes, exactly. That is.
And how often do antennas fall off buildings in New York? I feel like this happens in every movie. Does it happen a lot in New York? I feel like it's happening a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like just some of the New York didn't see. That's the difference between the original and the new. But like this is small gripes. As a popcorn movie, it was fine. It was absolutely fine. Again, we're talking about turtles who talk, who also happen to know ninja. The fact that they had to tie in April O'Neil to them, like that they were her pet turtles, that I didn't really like too much. But again, that's a nothing, whatever.
I sorry that I interrupt. I definitely agree with you, man. I mean, it's a fun flick, popcorn flick, and when even kids that see this movie, they just want to see the turtles that talk. So, sorry, I had to cut in and tell you that it was just awesome and that I agree with you. So go ahead.
Just minor gripes. That like the one thing that the original, the 1990 film did well was it really captured New York really well. The gritty, the almost scariness of New York. But the new one makes Manhattan seem like all of it is like Times Square, and that's just not it's not true. Times Square is this bizarre Disney World version of New York, and it's again it's a small gripe.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I have a question. Did you guys? Because another problem that I kind of had was the voices for the characters. Did you guys thought like one of them could have been just a change?
I could totally tell it was Johnny Knoxville the whole time. I could tell every time he spoke. I'm like, I just went to a Jackass episode in my head. Like every time.
Is he doing the second one?
I think so.
Is he?
I think like there was something behind the scenes where like the actors were really pushing for the actor who's playing the motion capture Leonardo to play the voice, but I don't know why he of all the characters isn't playing the voice either.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know. I just felt like some of them could have been changed a little bit. I don't know. That was another issue that I had with it, but that's just me though.
Well, that's what happens when they get actors who are not voice actors to do these things.
Like Samuel Jackson as Donatello or something,
I mean, we had Corey Feldman in the original, so I mean, isn't he in the cartoons now or something? I think I read something like that. Is he voicing something in the cartoons?
I don't know. That's
Corey Feldman of '80s. of 80s fame. I was watching a movie. I actually was going to post this online the other day. It's just totally off subject. A ninja movie with Corey Feldman, where he's basically is a ripoff of the Karate Kid. It's called man, I cannot something dangerous. I'll post it on
Was
my
he making
Twitter.
a movie?
No, it was just like it was straight like late 80s, early 90s, just totally ripping off Karate Kid, but like a total CD movie that you see on HBO at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the summer. But enough of that. But that's what with the voices, like you said, they're a little distinctive. I could tell it was Johnny Knoxville. Some of the other characters I could tell just from the behind the scenes and seeing them from other movies. Whereas in the first movie, I don't know. I think the people who were in the suits were doing the voices too. Maybe I'm not sure. But I didn't. Obviously, we don't recognize them. But we were kids though too, so we didn't have the knowledge that we do now of film.
Yeah. Yep. No, exactly. I hear you.
Well, it's like Ray Park being used as Darth Maul, Ray Park being used in X-Men. Parts like that, you don't really want the actor. You want a guy who can jump around and do things. So, I understand why they put Johnny Knoxville's voice on some rather talented guy, which is odd. I mean, Johnny Knoxville probably is not graceful about things, and
he's like, I'm Leonardo, and welcome to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
This is called Pizza Slice.
Oh, that's good.
Do you guys think we probably would have had a different opinion had this movie came out when we were kids? Because now we're going off of the 90s, the cartoons, the movies, and things like that. We're basing all of our perception off of that. But if this movie came out, because like you guys are saying, the background story with April O'Neil being tied in, like now it seems so dumb because we're so used to how the Turtles were originally conceived by by the Ooze and things like that with Splinter. So to see this other one, but again, it's one of those. It's like we're all just arguing over turtles talking and fighting and rats being alive, and it's crazy, but it's kind of like, do you think we would have a different perception if this was the original plot of the first movie?
It's hard to say.
I think so, a little bit, because when you were kids, you just watch them. They have you're like, oh look, there it is, turtles. Like, oh, that was awesome. And sometimes like movies that I grew up with. Yeah, movies I grew up with them. Sometimes I put them in, and I'm like, oh my god, like I like this. Like, am I sure I like this? So I think it could. It depends.
Like having classic movies as a kid that you grew up in.
Yeah, because like if this was the first Ninja Turtles, they'll be like crazy. Like seeing them on the big screen and like, wow, yeah, I remember that being awesome. It was great seeing them there kicking butt. It was without all the other ones, right? Like no Ninja Turtle movies. That was the first one. I think so. I personally think so. That's just me though.
CP, you don't think you'd have a different opinion?
I don't know. It's strange what kids today CG is a very, very prominent part of the movie. I don't think it would be much different. No, it's kids. You kind of like kids. It's less about your tastes. You have your favorite thing, and if the turtles are your favorite, they're your favorite. I have friends who have kids who love turtles, no matter what it is. Just give it to me, turtles.
I like turtles.
Yeah, I like turtles.
That's great dessert too. Turtles, dessert, the chocolate.
Turtle dessert. Let's talk about that's the next subject. Turtle dessert. Have you guys tried turtle soup?
I have not.
No, I haven't.
I remember the hostess. They used to make the chocolate-covered pudding things, and they made it green for the Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah,
those
I remember
were good.
those. Those were pretty tasty.
Yeah.
That's when you know Turtles was taking over the world, when those things were, when they were selling those on every gas station you stopped into.
Voluntarily eat something green.
Yeah, if they made them now, who knows? I think they wouldn't pass half any FDA regulations, I'm sure.
I have a question for you guys. Did you collect any of the new Ninja Turtle toys?
New?
I don't have new ones, but I have the
Nothing.
old.
Yeah,
I have my old ones
The old ones?
on the
Oh, I'm
shelf.
jealous.
I got the Shredder and Splinter.
Carlos, I actually used to have turtles just like those, like you, the old ones,
Yeah.
but I lost them.
eBay, man. Ever since I started making that adult money, I just went to eBay and started replenishing all my toys that I somehow threw away or my mom threw away.
Doing right by kid version of you. Don't worry, I got us. We got this covered.
Yeah, we got this covered.
I remember that people had the van, and that was expensive, and I wasn't allowed to get that because it was expensive, and I remember always wanting it, but
The freaking van, man.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I had the balloon, the blimp.
Oh wow, yeah.
Then I
Oil
totally
stuff.
deflated the blimp within like the first week. It was they're like, you can't have anything nice. I know.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
I'm sorry, but no, I haven't picked up any new toys for the new one. I just been, if I do see it, it's like the retro. If I go to the Turtles aisle, it's like I'll look for the retro ones that they have there, because I don't know, the new ones, the toys kind of look a little weird, little off. I don't know.
I couldn't help myself though. I was like,
Yeah.
when we were passing through, I was like, I'll grab a couple. I ended
I
up
don't
buying
like
all of them.
the cover thing. Who is it? Raph that has the full
Yeah. Yep.
head.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the
Bandana
or something.
Yeah, the whole.
Yeah, bandana with eye holes in it. It's just
Yeah.
I don't know.
My,
That's
my
where
favorite Turtles toys that I still try to find now is the TMNT 2 toys, when they were like rubber and you could like really move them around, and like they're called Movie Star Ninja Turtles. And if you go on eBay, they're probably the most expensive turtles to find. They let me see. I think I have one right here. Let me try to pull it before I yank down all the other toys. I lost the belt for it, but it's like one of these where they have the dots on them.
Oh, wow! Look at that.
awesome.
And it's like super rubbery, man. You can do whatever you want with these things, and
See, that's the kind of toy I would want as a kid.
Yeah, and
Damn.
I love these. And now I look on eBay for these things, and they're like, $90 a piece, $110 a piece. I'm like, damn, I love me some turtles, but I don't know. I gotta start haggling on some people, but yeah, those are the toys that I like that I've gotten that I still trying to look for. So I'm still adding to my collection. So I'll have my boy cave here for too long. I guess I came out wrong. My man cave, or the boy version of myself there. Legally,
They're
got
not
myself out of
toys,
that.
they're action figures.
Right. Oh yeah.
Collectible.
You have the film TV series?
What's that?
You guys own any of the films or the TV series?
Oh yeah, I got them on Blu-ray.
Nice.
Yeah, I enjoyed. The only thing is they didn't come with like commentary or like too many features. It's just like, here's the movie and here's if you want to hear it in Spanish. So I'm like, all right, sweet.
Is it good on Blu-ray?
Yeah, I mean it's all right. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I think the second one will probably look the fastest because it's brighter. The first one, not too much difference. You can tell they touched up some things, but yes, it wasn't one of those movies that had made a dramatic shift from DVD to Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But it's just, of course, I want to build my Blu-ray, and select franchises and movies get to be added. But last thing I kind of want to go over while we're talking about the new franchise. Now we confirmed that we're getting the second movie coming out. I think it's next year. I can't remember when it is. More than likely next year, next summer. TMNT 2. This time we've already got revealed. Bebop and Rocksteady are going to be in the movie. Thank God. We've all been waiting for that. And then also, according to some toy manufacturer releasing pictures on accident, that it looks like we're going to get Krang is going to be in there. And, yeah. And the one last thing I saw in the trailer was, when those little, I don't know if you guys saw the trailers where those little pieces were flying through the city.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure those are pieces to the Technodrome. So I think we're going to get pretty much everything we wanted from a Turtles movie into the second movie. So,
17, get over here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think a lot of shit's going down in this movie. We're gonna get basically, like I said, the movie that we've been waiting for. We're gonna have Shredder, which I think this is gonna be a toned down version of Shredder from the first movie, which is basically Optimus Prime with Shredder's gear all over top of him. So I think from the previews, it looked like he's a little more toned down. He's actually gonna be, we're not gonna try to confuse us whether it's gonna be William Fichtner or some guy they slotted in at the end. I think they finally got one character to be Shredder. And then, of course, we get Bebop and Rocksteady. So, with that said, what do you guys think? Are you excited, or you think they're going to screw this up because they're adding too much? Oh, we get Baxter Stockman with, what's his name, Medea playing Baxter Stockman.
Tyler Perry.
That was my only, like, he's a little cartoony, but I'm like, whatever.
I mean, for me, I'm like, go for it. I mean, if Megan Fox is in there, even better.
If Megan Fox is in everything, Theo, you're in on it. You're down.
It makes the movie just 10 times better.
Okay, you know what? I know this has nothing to do with Ninja Turtles right now, but I'm gonna put it in really quickly. Megan Fox and Margot Robbie need to make a film together. Bam! I just said it. Okay, let's continue on.
I'll try and send that to a director. I actually saw some concept. What's up?
Michael Bay will direct it.
All right, I'm down for that. I like it, Theo. I'm gonna send it right to him after this.
All right.
When before the trailer, they showed some concept art of Bebop and Rocksteady. They actually showed the guy and a picture or so. I'm like, holy shit! Like, this is fantastic. I was already excited right there to begin with, and then they threw in the teaser and I think the trailer. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm not like blown out of my mind like I was the other trailer that they first shown of the other movie. But yeah, I think it'll be fun though. And Megan Fox, like Theo was saying, dressing up as a Britney Spears. Can't go wrong with that.
She actually looks tolerable in this trailer, I will admit. This one, I think they're kind of listening to the fact that the first movie was really heavily concentrated on her and Will Arnett, so they're like, let's just kind of put her in the background, but she still gets to be in it. So I'm all for that.
Casey Jones.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're going to get Casey Jones. This is literally the Civil War for TMNT.
Yes.
They have every character.
This needs to be blowing up, all right?
Watch
us make more money than Civil War.
Theo, they're gonna have the Rat King in there just for you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of this right now, but one of the turtles needs to be voiced by Peter Griffin for Family Guy.
Peter Griffin.
There he is.
I am typing all this down right. Theo, give me some more, all right?
I know you are, Dave. You at the end just say Theo. From Theo.
From Theo. That's it. What about you, CP?
CP, what do you think?
I would, what? If I have to be fair, if we're all worried about Batman versus Superman because of everything that they're putting in Batman versus Superman, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all the villains that who knows has what. Bye, Dave.
Bye.
Then this could feel a little cluttered if we're gonna get Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang. Like that alone is more than enough, and then even Casey Jones coming in. How long is this movie? Like I don't want to sound like I'm complaining for too much. I just, as a movie, I'd like it to be fleshed out a little bit. Granted,
ACP. Doomsday's in this as well.
Yeah, Doomsday's in the Turtle movie too.
Well, I guess at least the question too is like, if they're gonna bring all these villains and characters in, who are they gonna stay? Are Bebop and Rocksteady gonna continue on into just kind of keep coming back like they do in the show? Are they gonna defeat them in the first movie? Krang, I would imagine, could be like the Emperor, just kind of telling Shredder what to do, or Dimension X could even be brought in because that's where Krang comes from. So there's that possibility, but I'm not saying that's where they're going. But with Krang involved, I would imagine, they'll probably just be like, oh, someone died, and their brain happened to come alive. That's what this guy is.
Even
so they'll come with some BS excuse.
Even they pull like a Thanos, where it's just 5 seconds, just he's here and he's a badass, and
Or could be a Luke Skywalker. He's standing on a hill.
Yeah. Here, take this. Yeah, I get it. They want to sell toys, but try to make the movie for the adults that used to be kids the first time around. I get it. Kids don't care. They just want to, whatever, new characters, this, that, whatever. But just make a movie. You're still making a movie, so take your time.
Oh.
Sorry, sorry. I'm just worried. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying I don't have hopes for it. I'm just a little concerned when you start introducing all. I mean, hell, I love the Nolan trilogy, but Dark Knight Rises just felt a little mishy-mashy with too much stuff going.
I didn't enjoy the Dark Knight Rises. I enjoyed the first Dark Knight.
Watch the Ninja Turtles create Toka and Razor, so they face off against Bebop and Rocksteady. Yeah.
That would be awesome. I would definitely watch that.
Dennis from the Blue Corner just chimed in. One of my friends, he's a fairly big Turtles fan. He just told me that it's going to be part 1 of 2. We're not going to see Tyler Perry turn into the Fly in this one, and Krang isn't going to be a big part of this film either.
I
so
imagine. I figured it'd be like a late in the movie, third act kind of thing, kind of come in late.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be fine with me. That'd be fine with me. Because obviously they're gonna spread this out to another movie or two, so they're gonna spread out these characters.
You gotta Hunger Games it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Infinity War Part 1 and 2, 2019 and 20. We're already set. Stay excited for Thanos as long as you can, everybody.
Hey, Carlos, I already bought my tickets. No, I'm kidding.
I'll be excited to see how they're gonna try to get those tickets going, but we'll see. But well, guys, that was about everything I wanted to talk about. Unless there's anything else anybody else want to bring up in regards to the new and old franchise. Anybody have anything else you want to go over? No. Everyone.
At the end, we all gotta say cowabunga.
Oh, of course. That's how we're going to end it. Before we do, I want everybody to, first I want to thank everybody who watched the show live or after the fact. Thanks for tuning in. Just keep checking in. Looks like we're going to try and do these episodes toward the end of each week, so just stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter to find out when those shows are coming out. But I want my guests to let everybody know where they can find them online. So, CP, let everybody know where they can find you.
Thanks again, Carlos, for having me. I'm CP at WillIReviews. Please, but before you go sub to everyone else, make sure you go sub to David DurantCinema. I'll use my time for that. I did roast Chris Stuckman, and it was all in good fun. I don't really mean any of that. Check that out, please, and share with your friends. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Thanks. Everyone go check out that Chris Stuckman roast. And then, David, thank you for being on. First timer. We're definitely looking to have you back again soon. But let everybody know where they can find you if you have any upcoming projects as well.
All right. Thank you, Carlos, for having me on here. This was fun. I had a blast talking about Ninja Turtles and also with CP and Theo. Great group right here. I love it. You can find me at DurantCinema, movie reviews, stuff like that. I just posted my top 10 celebrity crushes, so enjoy. Megan Fox is on there, which is related to this, so there you go. Just an excuse. But yeah, if you're interested, come check my videos out. Thank you.
Very nice. Yes, everyone go check that out. It was awesome to have you on, so thanks again. And lastly, Theo, let everyone know where they can find you.
Well, thank you, Carlos, for having me here. It was fun talking about the Turtles, which I don't know much about, but it was fun overall. And definitely, guys, check out DurantCinema, check out WillIReviews, check out Circle Time Reviews. If you're watching here, sub to him. Like, he's a great dude, and I have a request for you. Your next podcast should be Oscars. I want to be on that. So talking everything about Oscars. But anyhow, you can find me at Theo's Movie Reviews on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Just look it up. And Movie Mania Season 2 will be in March 2016. And we found a co-host, Tim from the Late Reviews. So I would love to have you guys on there.
Very nice. Shout out to Tim.
So thank you guys again for watching this, and I can't wait to have you on my show in the future.
Definitely looking forward to that. Looking forward to everybody's projects. For me, you can find me, of course, on Search the Time Review on YouTube and Twitter, Instagram, Search the Time Review Pics. With this podcast, we'll be mixing it up a little bit. On top of doing these movie type of podcasts, I'm actually going to start doing a more of a group reviews of movies that are coming out each week. So we'll find a couple people who saw a movie on Friday or Thursday. We'll talk about it on Saturday. You can go see their individual reviews, and you can come see our group reviews. So we're going to start doing a little bit of that, see how that goes. So we'll be having these guys on for a couple of those as well, and future episodes. So, like we agreed, before we take off today, let's send everybody off with a nice cowabunga on 3. All right, everyone be excellent to each other, and 1, 2, 3. Cowabunga! See you guys later.